Alright. Get back to it. Talk to Lolai and continue the next quest. Saw the name of the next quest. It's not quite as bad. Unnatural selection. Lolai would seek your aid in doing Shitoto's bidding. Brilliant. The moment you entered the room, I could feel this is not a room, but okay. The moment you entered the room, I could feel the air crackling with etheric energy. Excellent. Your diligence and training will surely serve us well. And you've come at a perfect time. Not moments before you arrived, Shitoto's voice called out to me from the recesses of my consciousness. She would have us begin to lay the groundwork for the final stage of our plan. As she made it quite clear that will require all the aid you can muster, I've taken the liberty of reaching out to our beastmen friends. They have convened at Kazaka's residence at Burgundy Falls, where they await our arrival. Let us not keep them waiting. You know, when I was editing those Black Mage, the AR Black Mage quests, and every single time I was pronouncing his name wrong, and I'm like, oh man, I thought there was a C there the entire time. Anyway, let's head on over to Eastern Thandolin and go to Burgundy Falls. We haven't been there in a while. Just go ahead and teleport over to Drybone and then fly on over there. Wonder if it's slightly faster to teleport to South Shroud. Maybe not. Alright, let's talk to everyone and figure out what we're going to be doing for this plan. Squawk! Great honor, tremendous honor, trembling with excitement and awe Dazol is. To not merely foresee a falling star some 2,000 years hence, but project one's own memory into the future to forestall it. Truly, the powers of Mr. Shitoto are beyond the comprehension of our ordinary minds. I know, right? Was Dazal the first beastman to speak with Lady Shitoto? Yes, surely he was. Dazal is Shitoto's favorite. Her chosen, her prized one, her favorite. Sure, Dazal, sure. I am not privy to the finer points of Lady Shitoto's plan, but I am prepared to assist in any way I can. My friends, thank you for coming on such short notice. Mr. Shitoto would have you know that she is most grateful in your corporation. In fact, I do believe she would rather to speak to you, directly. Well, it would seem the gang's all here. I dare say it's time we got this proverbial show on the road. Here, tell me that you've made yourself useful since I last saw your vapid face. Aye, Lady Shitoto. According to my colleagues of the Aorsian Alliance, patrols have been sighted in increasing numbers of rampant golems afield. Fortunately, none have posed a significant threat, at least not as yet. Which brings us to the matter of the comet. A colleague of mine at the observatorium has confirmed that it draws nearer with each passing hour. Though there is no immediate danger of collision, it says on its present course. It is too close for comfort, yes. Fortunately, I, as is wont, have a plan. I simply hope that you, my friends, are up to the task. Sure. I mean, if it gets me the level 70 spell, sure. If the hearer speaks true, the golems have been causing trouble near the city-states, have been more bark than bite, filled with no great difficulty by middling soldiers. From this, I surmise the gems set within them, their soulstones, have been small and of meager power at best. And yet my theory holds a more sinister threat lurks in the realm's far reaches, far from the prodding eyes of Eorzean and Beastmen alike. This is where we must go. Ah, yes, finally going to Stormblood zones. Squawk! Perplexed Dozol is. Profoundly and deeply perplexed. by people to do the work of people and golems created. To travel so far from their master's domain, these constructs have no reason. True, is this not? Well, I'll be a passably astute observation, but I fear your knowledge is lacking, my squawking friend. Golems come in all shapes and forms. Not all are wrought by the hands of a mortal creator. Often, a gem of sufficient etheric power will attract all manner of matter, plant, mineral, and animal alike, spontaneously animating it and giving rise to new life. With naught to guide them, these feral golems rove and wander at will. It is these unpredictable specimens that pose the greatest danger. The larger the gem that serves as their soulstone, the greater their power, and the greater the threat when the comet draws nigh. It would appear our task is clear. Let us split up and hunt down these abominations. I shall join our beastman friend and make for the west. I will leave the eastern reaches to the two of you. I trust you will be able to fend for yourselves. There is one matter in particular I would ask you to investigate. My friends at the Alliance conveyed to me a most curious report, which Lady Shitoto's words just now put in a rather different light. Over in Gyr Abania, in the hamlet of ul'dah, villagers have claimed sightings of, in their words, trees that walk like men. These have gone entirely uninvestigated, written off as the delusions and fantasies of superstitious common folk. But if Lady Shitoto speaks true, which I do, they are golems beyond the slimmest shadow of a doubt. Were it not for Brilliant and I will uproot them and reduce every last leaf and strip of bark to smoldering ash. Won't we, Brilliant? I will leave the particulars regarding the means of destruction to the experts. I have, however, procured a link pearl that we might better coordinate our efforts. Pray take it with you. I wish to know how my precious Lala is doing. Admit that I do believe we are prepared as we could hope to be. Let us be off, my friends. And remember, should aught go amiss, I am but a link pearl call away. A device to allow that pretentious puddinghead to talk to me even if I'm 100 miles away. Far be it from me to scoff at technological progress, but some inventions really could have been done without. Understandable. Alright. Oh, I thought we were gonna go to the Far East, not just the East. Oh well, let's teleport over to ul'dah. So apparently the trees are talking. Well, that's not good. It's never good. Unless it's about second breakfast, then we're good. How interesting. While Mach has developed into a vermin-infested bog, Gyr Abania is, if anything, looking more lively than I remember it. Not that that's saying much, of course. But look at me, getting all nostalgic for no reason. After all, my body has long since returned to the dust, and soon even my memory will fade. But before that, we have a job to do, don't we? I can sense no unusual etheric presence here, so let us venture a bit further into the field. Come along now, Beryllian. Oh, like she said, let's head further into the field, see if we can find those talking trees that they were talking about. Talking trees that they were talking about. The talking trees. Nope, there's a purple spot. Looks like we're gonna fight one. Yeah, I'd say we got a talking tree on our hands. Hello, boys. No, you didn't want to be alive anymore, did you? Oh, let's see how Shitoto's doing. I'm sure she's fine, though. Oh, looks like she took out her own group. Did you come upon any wood golems, Berlian? As you can see, these two had the misfortune of coming upon little old me. But that is not all I saw. Yes, it was most remarkable and most horrifying sight. After I delivered the mortal wound to one of the creatures, I saw it extend a gnarled limb and, with the last ounce of its strength, try to rip the soulstone from its cohort's chest. What? Okay. Yes, it would seem these feral golems have no qualms about cannibalizing each other, which has led me to quite a frightening conclusion. To wit, oh, of all the... whatever could that four-eyed fool want at a time like this? Yes, if there's something to report, make it quick. What? Yes, it would be wise for you to make a discreet retreat. We'll do the same. I would reevaluate our options in light of these most troubling developments. Very well. I will join you at the observatorium shortly to gather all the information you can from your colleagues before I arrive. Gods be good. That hero has actually proven himself useful. It would seem he came upon a most startling scene in the hinterlands. A mass influx of golems of all shapes and sizes, as if summoned from all reaches of the realm by some unholy force. I have my own theory as to what this means, but I require more knowledge before plotting our next step. One thing I can say, that we should immediately begin preparing for the worst. In any event, we must move quickly. You return to Burgundy Falls and apprise the beastmen of where we stand. I shall go on ahead to the observatorium and see what knowledge of the astrologians have gleaned, and join you as soon as I am able. Okay, let's head back to Burgundy Falls. And is that going to be the end of this quest, or do we have a little bit more to go? Probably, hopefully a little bit more. That was a little bit quick. So it seems that there's a bunch of golems around. Let's see what force is actually driving them, or is it actually the comet that's causing this? I mean, I still don't quite trust Shitoto, but at the same time, she seems to be... everything seems to be going the way that she expected. Squawk! So many golems, Dozol has never seen. In a flutter are Dozol's feathers. Squawk, squawk! Perhaps the golems are having a feast, a banquet, a revel, a feast. Though feasting on what? I would rather not speculate. No, not thinking. Friends, comrades, brothers and sisters of the Black, we stand at the brink of a disaster most dire. Even as we speak, our foe grows in number. Beings of sentient stone and wood gather, summoned by an unknown force, and united in a common purpose, a purpose beyond our understanding. Beyond your understanding, perhaps, but not mine. The golems make for Somal, the dragon place. In Gyr Abania, I witnessed an most unsettling sight. A golem with an almost animal fury, tearing into its cohort's chest. Disturbing as it was all too clear what I was witnessing. The creature sought a stronger soulstone, and that it might augment its strength and prolong its own existence. But the power these creatures seek is not limited to that which they can harvest from their own kind. No, they are forever in search of a more potent etheric source, and they have finally found one. The astrologians at the observatorium have confirmed my worst fears. The baleful star of our past slowly but inexorably changes course, bringing it closer and closer to the star. It is as Lady Shitoto says. The golems call out to it, beckoning it ever closer. According to the latest calculations, any further adjustment to its path, and it is all but certain to strike Eorzea head-on. Well, that's not good. The baleful creatures would climb the highest peak in the land and summon their mother stone to bring disaster to our realm? Inconceivable. And yet it is just so, my friend. Oh, wrong one. And yet it is just so, my friend. Unless we destroy the lot of them, a collision is all but inevitable. And yet there are simply too many. Even if we could thin their ranks, they would regrow themselves and regroup in no time. Are you sure we're not going to just invent Fire 5 and blow them all up? So we are done for. Doomed, defeated, done for. Do not give up hope, my frantic friend. Or do you forget that the most brilliant mind to ever walk the face of Eorzea stands with you? Yeah, I mean, I know I'm here. Allow me to propose a foolproof plan. We do absolutely nothing at all. What? That's not what I was expecting. For now, that is. We know that the golems are feeding on each other in a pursuit of greater and greater power. So why not sit back and let this process of unnatural selection take its course? Till we are left with but a single foe. That's not a bad idea, except that one single foe is going to be really strong. Squawk! Out of her mind, Shitoto is. Were that to happen, a creature of untold power and puissance, that golem would be. Quite so. It would be the mother of all automata. The golem equivalent to yours truly, if you will. And by definition, one of the most formidable foes our realm has ever seen. Fortunately, I do believe there is one among us who might stand half a chance against such a monstrosity. If you don't say me and you say you, I'm going to be very, very annoyed with you, Mr. Shitoto. Brilliant! Lady Shitoto insists that you hold nay. You are the key to this entire operation. Well, of course it is. I'm the main character. I am not inclined to doubt her, but I would hear it from her own lips. Could you say all certainty that you would emerge victorious over this hypothetical golem of mystical proportions? I mean, yeah. Thank you, my friend. Your courage inspires me. Pray let me offer my strength. But together we may secure the future of our realm. I'd prefer if you didn't. It'd probably make things a little bit easier. I doubt Brilliant and I will have much need of your services, but feel free to tag along. It would be my honor. And with that, I should take my leave. I must warn the people of the nearby settlements to keep a wide berth of the Great Peak. Mayhap I will even have the occasion to smash a golem or two in my journey. I highly doubt that. Color me impressed, Brilliant. Your friends are proving more reliable by the minute. And with that, I shall return to the Sacrium, where my grip on consciousness grows more tenuous by the moment. Pray return to the waking pray return when you can, and speak with Lolai upon her awakening. As she puts her blood-restricting hat back on that prevents her from thinking straight. Squawk! A crazy plan Shitoto devises, but just enough to work. It may be. We'll blast through the golem into dust, ashes, powder, dust. Yes, we will. But just between the two of us, I wonder, just how big do you think it will be? Oh, trust me, I fought some pretty big foes in my day. You are our only hope. A shining light against the baleful star that bears down upon us. Ever am I honored to call you a friend. Yeah, sure. You're gonna give me any, reward for this? Well, anyway, let's head back to ul'dah, talk to Lolai, and then we'll pick up the last quest. Alright, Lolai. You put your hat back on, that's how we know you're Lolai and not, Shitoto. Ah, brilliant. I have called out to Shitoto, but to no avail. No doubt she is deep in slumber, gathering her strength for the battle to come. She did, however, leave a message for you. Slack not in your training. my puppet of destruction, for your power will be tested as never before. Oh, I kinda doubt that. That is not ominous in the least, now is it? In any event, I trust you will be up to the task. Of course I will.